Dan.
Back at you, Mayor.
I know. We're at what both of us decided was a drop the mic moment.
Amen to that.
He said it, I said it, and this is the Wright Family Park, which was something, it goes to show, eat the elephant one bite at a time and keep persistence and you'll get what you really want. And this is amazing. So thank you for sitting with me.
Of course.
We're just getting to know Bluffton. We're getting names from all over and just sitting and talking, and so many people move here yesterday and they just don't know people. So we figured we're going to let people know you today.
Well, thank you for that.
So Dan and I have known each other a long time. Long time. I think his children were 4, maybe. Back when Bluffton was 1 square mile. And now he sits on council with me. And we're just going to talk about you. So I know your history and your past, but what got you here? What got you to Bluffton?
Gosh, I was working on Hilton Head at the time, and when Sun City was about to start, I used to work with Palmetto Electric. Mm-hmm. And when Sun City was moving into Beaufort County, they decided I needed to move to the Bluffton area. What they called we created a new river district, which was carved out of the middle of our system. And so I moved into the greater Bluffton area, I guess probably 93, 94, and then moved into the city limits a good 10 to 12 years ago.
Yeah, but 93, 94, we didn't really know what. Well, we kind of knew it was 1 square mile. We knew we were not to drive fast.
Right.
And it was called Bluffton Township then. Have you noticed the change over the years?
Of course.
You felt like you were part of a town, but you were Bluffton Township. So,
and we had the Squat and Gobble restaurant.
Squat and Gobble.
And that was pretty much it.
And that's where we saw each other, and that's why we got our 50-cent coffee.
Right.
So you Palmetto Electric. Tell me about your family. Your wife, starting with the Queen.
Well, the Queen works for Charter One Realty. Her office is at the Promenade, and she's been in real estate almost all her life. Mm-hmm. And Debbie and I have been together. This 2016 November will be our 16th anniversary.
Oh, wow.
And I like to say we have a blended family. I have some bonus daughters who I worship and relish, and we all have a great time together. And my fun event is hanging out with them on the back porch. So,
and all the kids, hers and yours, all were raised in this area.
Yeah,
for the most part.
But her daughters and my daughter Lindsay was raised in this area. Grew up here and went to school here, and so they all come home all the time, frequently, and that's a good thing.
And it's good because they keep you honest, don't they?
They do.
This generation is like, they really make you think about maybe things you don't think about so much.
Oh my gosh, I get challenged.
Yeah. So we're looking out on the river. Mm-hmm. I hear you were out on the river recently, and did you enjoy your picnic?
Well, yeah, since you called me out, I got stuck on the sandbar out here for the first time yesterday, or the other day, and I was leaving out and messing with my GPS system, which had been acting up. And I got over it a little bit too far, and I had to wait a good hour for the tide to come in for me to get out. But lesson learned. You don't forget that.
Did all the memories of past stranded boats come into your mind that now you wish you wouldn't have thought what you thought?
Yes, I've seen a lot of stranded boats over the time. So
we've been on the sandbar, and we actually can time it. And I know we've all been there when our kids were little. You'd see someone new come up, and we all knew the water was going out, and we just watched. And all of a sudden it was drier, most dry. So.
Well, I will say a lot of people moved to the area, as we both know. It's exploded in growth, and so the river's busier than ever, and I've seen boats out there in numbers I've never experienced before. But a lot of people move here, and they don't understand just because you have a GPS system doesn't mean you know the river, because you still have to contend with the sandbars.
Every year.
It moves.
That was our May-June jaunt, is every year go and see if you are going to get stranded at low tide. So I want to talk about an event that we had to put we really had to relax it during COVID, but our hopes are it continues to be strong. And one of our biggest events, beside the Christmas parade, is Arts and Seafood Festival. And it's just so wonderful to know there were people long ago that had that vision and they're still here today, and you're one of them.
Right.
So do you want to go way back and think about Arts and Seafood Festival year one?
Yeah, I thank you. It was something, back then the town was small, and there was a period of time when I felt the vendors or the merchants on Calhoun Street were pretty much struggling. Mm-hmm. And I had always had an eye toward the Beaufort Water Festival. Mm-hmm. And so I spent a couple of years, Barry Connor being an engineer with a logistical mind, I drug him with me around for 2 years, and we met with the Commodores over there at Beaufort and other places, and I went to different events. So I somewhat modeled it after that. And then one day I was at the oyster factory, and Tina Toomer said, Dan, we want to look at starting a seafood festival. And I was president of Rotary at the time, so I knew that I could get the club hopefully go along with the idea of supporting the Arts and Seafood Festival, because it was going to require a lot of manpower. And I said, Tina, hold that thought, and let me get back to you, because I've already got something in the works. And so the arts and the seafood merged together with her idea, and then Rotary got behind it, and the rest is history. It's grown to be an enormous event. And Mary O'Neill worked the first 4 years with me. I was I call it the president the first 4 years. And then she was my exit strategy, and she has done a tremendous job with it.
She doesn't have an exit. She just claims to have an exit strategy, but she still doesn't. Always a place to volunteer along with all of our festivals. Go on the website, whether it's this year or next year, look at it and follow it. It's a really great gym. And that Rotary Club had a whopping, 49 or on a good day, 53 members.
At that time.
And you built up an amazing festival. You built the Rotary Center, which I will never forget, that Bluffton black tie event.
2 years of that.
With people, and it happened in an election season because our state lieutenant governor came. I mean, we just had everyone there, and 53 on a good day people raise money for something that everyone in this town can use, because things are so expensive, and that is an affordable building to use when everything else is sky high.
Rotary's made some great donations to the community, that being one, and then the Field of Dreams Park.
I was going to go there. We'll talk about
that. Well,
let
me just say quickly a tidbit of trivia. A lot of people don't realize, but we did 2 fundraising events for the building under the giant tent.
FUN and FUND.
Yes, and it was a lot of fun. Tents were large, 60 by 120 feet. But anyway, a lot of people don't remember, but year 2, I was just fit to be tied to have an Elvis impersonator show up in a limousine. And he blew in, did a song or 2, and then blew out. But it was just adding some of the Bluffton eccentric fun to the idea. So
it's still here.
Yes,
it is. We can still do that. And sometimes tents are fun, and that was a small town but a really large community.
Right.
Sun City was around. It had new people, and the Rotary Club just never stops. Bluffton Rotary, they meet there, and y'all were eager to figure out something else to do, and you want to talk about Field of Dreams and where it is, and kind of you took lead on that as a councilman. Well,
the Field of Dreams, let me back up. The Rotary Club over the years, I think I don't remember what year it was we started. Well, the Arts Seafood was 2015. So somewhere in there, about that period of time, we started the building, I guess, I said 2015, 2005. 2005. And same time we were dealing with the building. So a lot of Rotarians have went through the doors and left over that period of time, and I just felt like they needed, the younger people needed to see they could do bigger things. And so Dot Jager, who is the key to all of this, we formed a committee, and Dot ended up being the chair of that committee. Thank God for Dot. And we raised about $300,000 in partnership with the town to implement the master plan that was always in place as envisioned by Rotary with the year we built the building for the Field of Dreams.
Yeah. So the Field of Dreams is the land at Oscar Fraser Park. The Rotary Center's there. This last year we all partnered, and we have trails, kind of like what you see that goes, but much bigger.
Right.
One lap is a quarter of a mile. I've timed
right.
it. It's a great walking trail for people who want to just not be on the road. The pavilion, the art that's under the pavilion, and now there's electricity. If anybody ever wanted to do an event or Food Truck Friday or whatever, that they can go through the town and utilize it. So.
And we added some more playground equipment to the leadership of Hilton Head Island Bluffton Chamber.
Yeah.
And so that transformed the whole area over there.
Yeah. So go by and see it. It's just one of our great parks. So tell me what you do on a Saturday.
Well, it depends. Most of the time I take pride in working in my yard. People stop by the house all the time to look at it.
Yeah, he was voted Yard of the Week. Do y'all know what that means? Ask Dan. And then we'll know how many people watch this. Facebook us and ask Dan what Yard of the Week meant. What did he got? What he got for it?
Well, it was done with a little humor.
Well, don't tell them. We'll see if they're watching this.
Well, anyway, I like to put the boat out occasionally, and predominantly more on a weekday than a weekend because the river's so busy. And we have a lot of family come in and throughout the year. Like I said, we have a lot of grandchildren. We've been babysitting a lot lately. We had some grandchildren visit us from North Carolina and stay with Debbie and I, and then we were in Florence. So yeah, we stay busy with that and some friends.
Yeah. And you two are also seen around town on a Friday night. You just decide to go, appetizer hopping.
That's right.
And I love that because I want to do that. But it's pretty neat. It just you get out, you get to support all the restaurants. All of us should, whether we're on council or not. So I like seeing that too. And you can always find his wife walking in the promenade going somewhere to have lunch.
Well, on Friday, you're going to find her at the Bluffton Rim.
Yes, she is.
She holds court.
Yes, she does. She might find me soon. What'd you think I was going to ask you? What's important? What's important for this town? And if it's hard.
No. We left a meeting a while ago that you're the chair of, which is LATS, and involves roadway systems and transportation in the county. And the reason that I attend those meetings and have since I've been on council is I see the great importance of that, especially as we've bloomed from, up to 30,000 people in a short amount of time. And then you look at the region. So transportation and roads are going to be one of the prominent issues that we will continue to deal with. And matter of fact, I just had a conversation with Mayor Williams here about 2 to 3 weeks ago on this topic, and especially the road potentially going from the Buckwalter Parkway over to exit 3. We have to start looking at all of these issues now because we will all be gone before they ever receive funding. And so these are issues that we have to deal with today.
And we have such great partnerships with Hardeeville. I just think that friendships even and the support of each other is really good because you don't know when you're going out of Bluffton and you're in another county.
That's right.
And now that county it's the city of Hardeeville.
Right.
So yeah, I agree with that.
Well, let me say to your I want to say thank you for one thing. You do well, but on the fact that all these people are moving here, and you touched on this a while ago, they don't know anyone. And this council and you being the biggest driver behind it have worked hard to make people understand the history and the uniqueness of the beautiful Bluffton that we live in. And so if we can get them to pay attention to that message over and over and over, what makes us unique, from the May River to our historic district, those are our two icons for Bluffton. And so if they tie into that, they will certainly drink the Kool-Aid at some point. I
agree. And I think all 28,472 of us in our town limits need to do that. So I'm going to put you on the spot, but I don't mean to, but you just hit two of them. I've asked people when I'm out, why do you think Bluffton is Bluffton today? What do you think? Why do people want to be here? 2 or 3 reasons.
Two things right off the top. One is vision. You were on the council back then with Mayor McCracken and Hank Johnston, and when we did the Old Town Master Plan. And as we all know, I always like to tell people, read the first 8 to 10 pages. If you're new to Bluffton, it gives you all the information that you need. That vision helped us start creating the community that attracts people. And I heard a businessman say recently that, you talk about economic development, and the light bulb went off. When you talk about economic development, you always you're in search of businesses to bring to your community. Mm-hmm. But on the other side of that coin, if you really have a vision to build a great community, the businesses will seek you out and come to you.
Interesting. Yeah.
So I really put a lot of thought into that, and I think there's more substance to that than most people realize.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Well, good. What'd you think I was going to ask you that I didn't?
Oh, I didn't know.
What's your favorite food? Favorite food. If Debbie said, I'll take you anywhere, don't name restaurant because I don't want anyone saying, well, you should have named this one. What would you eat if I bought you lunch today?
A burger.
Oh, me too. I know where Debbie's eating, by the way.
That's right.
Okay.
Burger night.
Oh, burger night at a local restaurant. It's lined up. It's like Sunday. It's like the Friday after Thanksgiving. Thank you, Dan.
Well, thank you, Mayor. Appreciate it.
Have a good day.